I love sunshine strawberries. They're the most popular small fruit grown in some home gardens, and for good reason. Garden guy Dale Kay joins us live this morning with some tips on how to grow some sweet berries of our own. I know you love them like I do. Good morning, Dale.
Good morning to you, Tom. Actually, a quick funny little story here. Up until now, Tom, I thought you had the brownest thumb that I knew, but photojournalist Rod and I were just standing here shortly before, and he's like, Dale, he comes up and takes a look, he goes, Dale, what are those? Are those tomatoes? I'm like, Rod, no, they're strawberries. And then during the break, he was making up all these excuses why he didn't know. He was rubbing his eyes, yada, yada. It's okay, Rod. You're in good company. Tom also has a brown thumb. A couple of things to take into consideration when we're talking about strawberries and planting them. The first thing is there's two different types. There's one that's called ever-bearing varieties, and then there is our June-bearing varieties. Now, for me personally, I like the June ones. They come in hot and heavy in June, and you can just kind of have berries all June long. Then there are the ever-bearings, not as quite of a rush of fruit, but they do kind of produce fruit season long, just not in that big quantity. So ideally, you could plant both. For me, I love the June ones. It's something nostalgic about picking berries all at once, so love those. About 100 plants, I guess, will get you about a pint a week. There's Rod looking at the strawberries. About 100 plants will get you about a pint a week. You could obviously not do less than that, and really any type of strawberries in any type of quantity, you'll have some fun planting. You could even plant them in a little hanging basket for the kids. Raised planter bed for demonstration purposes. That's what we're going to do this morning. And then, of course, in the ground, 100 plants, and you'll be feasting on berries. So there's Eversweet here, which is a really good variety. And then also Honey-O is also a great June-bearing variety. Seems we're just going to do a little planter here. We will do the Eversweet, which is really fun. A couple of things to take into consideration: good quality potting soil. They do like anything kind of rich and organic as far as manure or compost mixed in. And then really old berries. Doesn't really matter whether they're strawberries, blueberries. They do like a slightly acidic soil. So if you're planting in the ground, maybe grab a soil test and take a peek at that. Most fertilizer that you buy will that says berries will be slightly acidic. You kind of mix that in as well. Don't overcrowd the plants. In this planter here, I'm probably going to do about 4 plants because you want the air to circulate. That'll alleviate any fungal problems. And then most importantly, make sure your soil is super well draining. That will alleviate a lot of fungal problems as well. So the fun part, of course, planting little transplants just like this. Bob's your uncle. I'm going to pop about 4 or 5 more. And then come June, you'll be eating berries. Rod will be eating tomatoes, but we'll be eating berries very soon. Back to you.
I'm glad to know someone has maybe a browner thumb than I do. All right, Dale, thank you, and Rod.